see some familiar faces here. My name is Michelle Arceo. I'm 27 and I'm representing Taguig City. And for some of you that aren't acquainted with me, to give you a brief synopsis of myself and my background, I'm a model here, I'm a beauty queen, I'm a WSET Level 2 sommelier, and I'm also a Legree instructor. I can sing, I play classical piano and guitar. I do quite a many of things. But it's nice to be here once again, and it's quite ironic because I have the number 10 as my screening number today. My very first pageant ever with Sir Arnold back in Miss World, I think it was 2019. I believe it was number 10, so I think it's quite poetic. Hopefully last.
Hi Michelle.
Hello.
Having joined 3 national pageants from ALB Pageant Circle, so what unique perspective or fresh contribution do you believe you can bring now to the pageant stage, and what sets you apart from the other candidates here?
I think something fresh about me is that I'm more courageous this year. I think I had to take a step back for 2 years and really think about how I performed previously, and I went on to Reina, which that was a magnificent experience. So I think during the meantime, something fresh that I could bring to the table. I have so many ideas this year, lots of pasabog, and I want to keep them to myself for a little bit because I want to surprise most of you. But my first, I would have to say, is courage. I think what I lacked on was I felt a little bit of a coward in certain aspects, and I think pageantry is all about developing oneself, and no matter what happens, no matter what outcome, whether it be a crown or not, that's one thing that I can take away, which is the belief in myself, which is how I can overcome certain situations and how I can keep on going.
Hi, Ate Michelle. So I have a question. Would you accept another crown, or are you Miss Grand or nothing?
Well, I already have Reina. The only option would be Face and Beauty, but I think for this team, my last national pageant would be, my dream is Miss Grand. That's all I've ever wanted. That's the only crown that I've ever set my eyes on. And I'm really praying with all the work that I've been putting into with the phenomenal team that I have. This is it, Pansit. So, Miss Grand or nothing for me. I had the courage to say it finally.
Well, then, if there's one thing you would want to say to Mr. Nawat right now, what would
I remember the first time I met Nawat. I think you were there, and Goggles, who's a part of my team, I first went up to him and I said, "Sir Nawat, I can sing, I can dance. I may look like I'm 16 without makeup, but I promise I'll look so glammed up. I'll look like I'm 23 years old." Wow, 23. So one thing I can say, maybe I'll tweak it just a little bit, but Mr. Nawat, I've been working so hard for this day. I've been thinking about it every single day. Not a day has gone by that I haven't thought about this pageant. And for me, Miss Brand is my first love. Like, it's on another level. We all remember when Samber came out back in 2020 with that swimsuit portion. Love at first sight. I mean, I've always been into pageantry, but that's what really propelled me into it. And since then, I've just had my eyes set on it. And you know what? Love at first sight, I'm yours. Charot lang, but yes.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Tia.
Hi, Marina.
Hi, Nina. Ikaw, my goodness.
So, in the spirit of Miss Grand and the kaboldness of Miss Grand and performance, can you please sing us your favorite song? As a
But I'm
singer.
saving it for my
Okay,
Miss Grand voice.
your second favorite song.
My second favorite.
Pasabog.
Okay, I'm not warm, but ay, my goodness. Okay, so as most of you know, during Miss World, my hidden talent is classical opera. So who's familiar with like Phantom of the Opera here? Yes, no, maybe, okay, guess not. Okay, so I'll do what I did back then, think of me. Hopefully it's okay, I'm not warmed up. Okay.
Go, Mitch.
Think of me fondly when we say goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free. If you ever find a moment, spare your thoughts for me.
Wow.
Sing me my other song for Miss Questions, concerns, problems, anything from the jury? If you're deafening silence, it makes me nervous. Cue the crickets, please.
Yeah. So, hi Michelle.
Hello.
So, as a potential title holder, how would you use your...
Potential title holder? I am a title holder, excuse me.
Oh, Miss Grant.
Miss Scratch, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I had to make the correction, I'm sorry. Too tight.
Yeah, okay. So, how would you use your influence in situation where silence is the easier choice?
Where silence is the easier choice. Sometimes the best thing if you have nothing nice to say is to just be silent, but one thing that I regret is not speaking my mind. And one thing that I advocate for is breaking silence. I think with Miss Grant, the slogan is stop the war, stop the violence. But as someone that is so blessed with living in a generation that's never experienced war, but how I can relate to it is I have experienced violence. Sexual abuse, domestic violence. We've all had something deep and dark that we're kind of living within us. And I think with the Miss Grant platform, I want to break that silence. And I think instead of promoting on social media, the best way for engaging with people is to hear other stories, what they've experienced, how we can expand on that platform. Because we know what's going on worldwide, and it's not a very pretty sight. And I think one thing that we're missing nowadays is empathy, that human connection. So we need to be able to connect with one another once again. Thank you.
Very well put. I love the mixture of being fun and being serious.
I'm sweating. Ang init dito, grabe.
No, it's
Parang-
Michelle, you changed a lot.
with my hat. Or change up. I changed twice today for you.
In terms of, the question and answer, in terms of, the totality.
Well, I'm older, somewhat wiser, but I've had a lot of time to grow and.
You have to win first Miss Grand Philippines, right?
I have to. It's my dream.
So what do you think is your unique asset that we have to choose you
Well, I
as
think-
to represent our country in the Miss
Well-
Grand International?
I have my voice. I can sing. That's something that I've always used on the international stage. I think that's my biggest asset, is to maybe have the Miss Grand voice, and I think it's time that we send a singer. We've always had dancers, which I wish I had your moves. No, Miss Grand voice, you got in the top. But girl, my hips lie, yours do not. I do not move like you. But like, I really want to be able to sing on an international stage once again, and I've been brainstorming so many ideas with my phenomenal team, and I'm telling you, everything is pasabog. You guys saw the hat instance that I did earlier. There's a lot more that I have up my, I wouldn't say sleeves, maybe my dress, but there's a lot that but there's a lot that I have planned, and I think that's what's going to make my journey unique if I ever am to join. But trust me, it's going to make a lot of noise. I mean, I have stuff planned throughout the national journey. So hopefully I can prove you guys that I'm your winner, hopefully. But I'm just here to have fun, enjoy the moment, make new friends and new sisterhood, and just memories, because that's what pageantry is all about, and sometimes we forget about that.
She's ready.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's lovely to see you. See you in Thank you so